you're part of the people.
And you're a people's officer. You didn't do it specifically to me.
But
I appreciate you doing it on my behalf. Thank you very much.
You asked.
Just for the record, I appreciate that also.
Yeah, that was big of you. A lot of times they can't let their ego get in the way. So listen, I've done this. This is not the first time I've done this. I generally know how the dance goes, and it usually does not go that way. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. That wasn't easy to do. Trust me, I've seen it.
Question, not to put you guys in the spot. I'm here to bring accountability and to educate. There's things I don't know. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I continue to learn. Okay, and this is not a setup. If you don't know the answer, you can just say don't know, and the question ends there. Do you know what the First Amendment is, sir?
No.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty, because the answer I normally get is, yeah, I know, and we ask them what it is. The First Amendment, it's basically the freedom of speech, but it gives you the right to gather, okay? It gives you the right to practice whatever religion you want, all right? Any sexual orientation you want. You know, it kind of like a good summarization of it is Martin Luther King said, you know, I have a dream that will judge people not on the content, the color of the skin, but on the content of their character. So that's the First Amendment, and that is the building block to American freedom. That is what your job and your badge is based on, to protect the citizenship and the civilians of this beautiful country. And he was here exercising his freedom of speech. The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. Okay? The Third Amendment, to house soldiers in a time of peace or war. The Fourth Amendment is the right to be secure in your persons, your papers, and your effects, to be free from impediment, and to be free from illegal search and seizure. Okay? So right now, we're only in number 4, and his First Amendment was violated, okay, with the censor of free speech, and when his property was seized before he was taken into custody or detained. And then his right to remain silent. They tried to enforce that right on him because he was trying to use his first speech. But you know what? Any impediment of the following amendments goes all back to the first. Okay? It's a circle of life for freedom. And we have a duty as free citizens, as police officers, as dispatchers, as paramedics, as your everyday citizen, to make sure that the person to your left and the person to your right is protected against hate, bigotry, and oppression. The free of liberty shall be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. And there's a lot more patriots than there are tyrants. And I need you and everyone else here to take notice of this. And maybe you won't do it in front of us, but life isn't about what you do in front of the camera. That's what's beautiful. Life is about and defined and dictated what you do when no one's looking. So I ask you, when I leave, when no one's looking, and you question yourself, maybe you can go through the light and flash your lights and no one will see. Maybe it's a quota, you gotta give somebody a ticket if that's what you do. Maybe this guy flipped you off and you might be able to get away with a ticket or not. When no one's looking, look inside yourself and do the right thing. Because that man out there lives within himself. When no one else was watching, he certainly didn't have media press. He could have walked out that door and shut off his phone. He's not even from this country. He wasn't born with this freedom he earned it. And I ask you to look inside yourself, and when no one's looking, to do the right thing. Can you make that promise to me? You know what then? Take off my badge, you're a tyrant pig. Get out of my building. You're a shame to your colleagues, you're a shame to your badge. Get out of my building.
It's really fucking shameful.
That's why we stopped you.
It's really shameful.
And I don't want anyone to call 17th Precinct. Please. I'm asking no one to call. I would appreciate no one call 17th Precinct in Chicago.
That's disgusting.
And ask them about officers
Disgusting.
powers. Now again, it would be unlawful or malicious of me to ask people to call. So I'm asking people do not call about Officer Trapallis. I ask them to not go online, print out a complaint. I ask that the 100,000 people between both channels that I'm going to air this on do not go online and demand their resignation, along with the sergeant that violated his rights. And I promise one thing. When you guys did what you did, you screwed up. And that mistake is going to follow you now. And guess what? I flew all the way from Boston to tell you this.
The phone.
That's the reason I stopped you today. Get out of my building. Tyrant. Better yourself. The kids are ashamed if you have them. I don't even want to ask how many people's rights you violated today because I don't have enough fingers and toes between all of us to count.
Sure. Sarge, Park 1.
Oh!
Here they-
Oh, please do not call the 17th precinct. Thank God I set up a film not to call.
Here they come.
Accountability. Hello. It's a beautiful word.
It's been quiet around here. Hey, you got some work to do.
We can tribute Officer Trapal.
I have a funny feeling the phones are gonna start ringing.
And all you had to do, man, was just positive, okay?
Do not call.
Make
Oh,
that
please,
promise.
everyone, I don't
Do
want
the
to
right
go
thing.
on.
That's all you have to do.
Please do not call. The 17th precinct here in Chicago. Please do not call. Well, I'm telling them not to call, so that would be on you, just like it was on you to protect his rights. Now you want my help? Figure it out yourself. Blame it on him. Do not call. Wow is right, but you're saying wow about 1 week too late. Thank you for honoring your oath. I told you that you work for the people, and now you are. Welcome to my world.
17297.
Phones will not stop ringing. I don't know why. I've asked people not to call.
Arrested and off. No one said about that. Turn it up. Don't care.
Hi, 17
Now we can move a while.
Thank God I brought my Nike Air Maxes so I can make it back with them.
All you have to do is say the right thing, man.
Here we go. Sorry, another call over here. Sorry, excuse me.
Obviously, the calls that they are getting now are in direct
Another call over here.
are in direct reference to what's going on in front of them. So I think people start appreciating the people once they realize the power they have. And this auditing movement has provided the people with the power that they've never had before, right? No one's ever had the technology in their pocket. We are good. He is live right now, so everything that's happening is happening in real time. These phone calls that are coming in from around the country and around the world, based directly off what happened to Joe Luna, based directly off what Josh, what Hot Tow Truck Girls, what I, and what the rest of us are saying to these gentlemen right now. So this is real time. This is really happening. I mean, if you want news, I don't know that there's any better story in Chicago tonight than right now. Witness the civil disobedience. Witness the people around the country calling just to let them know that they are disgusted by the way that these gentlemen are acting.
The Constitution, the First Amendment. You've just been audited. You've just failed. Better yourself. You're disgusting. Enjoy the rest of your night. I know you won't.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, guys, you guys have a good night. Appreciate your time.
Have a good night, guys.
You hear the phone calls going. I have a feeling that those calls are going to be coming for the rest of the night. Obviously, what happened right here was not as bad as what happened tonight with Joe Luna. Right, he got beat up, kicked, smashed face into this door, and that's hardly as bad as what happened to Joe. They got to answer a few calls. Well, that's what it is.
He said, welcome to Harvard. What the fuck?
That was pretty cool, huh? That was pretty awesome, wasn't it?
That man is